Hello everyone, welcome back to Forged in Lego. And first off, I just want to say thank you for the amazing reaction you guys have had to the dropship. I've seen a ton of people post it online with really cool modifications like changes to the color scheme. Someone put the nose art from the previous gunships from like 2008 on the front of his. And even in the comments of those posts online, everyone has just been super supportive. The dropship never really reached its 1,000 like goal, but I don't really care. I'm not doing any of those like goals anymore, so don't worry about that. But finally, let's take a look at these two Republic gunships. The instructions again are available. Just go to the link in the description. But now let's take a look up close. And I think I'm going to start with the episodes version, and then I'll move on to the Clone Wars version. Now, you guys all know me for putting all these ridiculous moving parts in all my mocks, so of course this one's no different. We've got the handle right here. It sticks up above the fuselage just a bit to make it a lot easier to grab. And this is pretty similar to the modern Republic gunship or Lego set handle style. Except I think mine integrates a little bit better into the top of the ship. We've got these turrets on the side that of course move around. They're on ball joints so they can aim up and down and side to side. And one of these arms can move up so you can pretty easily, yeah, there you go, take the guy in and out. I really didn't want to use one of those expensive 6x6 dome pieces, so it's just a pretty simple turret, gets the idea across. The side turrets right here, they do spin around on the top and on the bottom. And up here, you'll notice these missile launchers are stud shooters. Those can move up to be in the firing position. And this little gear right here turns them. So if you want to shoot those off, you got to get the handle out of the way. Pop these up and blast away. I don't really want to do that right now because I'll lose every single one of them, but it is something you can do. And back here, there's a little spot where you can fit your finger. And there's a speeder bike in there. It's a pretty simple build. It's super blocky, but it's strong enough. It's small, it can fit a guy on it. And yeah. But this is listed separately under different instructions on Rebrickable. Those are available for free. And that's because this isn't the only thing that can fit on that back deck. So you guys have options. Now, unfortunately, you can't fit a clone trooper on the speeder bike when it's on the back deck. His head kind of hits the supports in there. But it fits in super easily, and you can fly it off to your next battle. Now let's take a closer look at that troop compartment. You can see the speeder bike back there. We got a couple of control panels which are kind of in there in the movie. And they're only on the UCS gunship and somehow the 2002 one. It's got the gray stripes on the floor, which is accurate instead of the dark red stripes. Thank you, UCS gunship. We've got our UCS gunship pilots, of course. You guys love those, huh? And unfortunately, I couldn't find room to put anything up here, so that's just closed off. The arch right there is 3 studs wide, kind of a callback to the 2002 gunship, which also had a 3 stud wide arch. Guns, of course, move around. And looking at the cockpits, these are much stronger than the dropship cockpit. I used some of these 1x brackets that I didn't have when I was building the dropship. And that makes it much, much more strong. Oh, my doorbell just went off. Let's see what that is. Well, you guys might not believe me, but while I was filming, this showed up to my door. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough daylight left to build this and film a comparison, so that's gonna have to come next week. But it will be coming. Now, back to our regular schedule of programming. At the back, of course, we've got the rear tail gun. And these doors, I'll have to get some of the clone troopers out of the way. But they close up even better than the UCS gunship, so that's something. On both sides. And that's just about it for the features. This actually feels more strong than the dropship somehow. So, I mean, I can really go to town on this. Now, the Clone Wars version is very similar. The only difference really is this section in here with the troop bay. And that means when I move this guy out of the way, we can close the doors up. So now it can go into space. That's pretty cool. But that also means this compartment is much larger. So if we open it up, there's a little space in there. I put a med bay. This isn't really in the instructions because I don't know if I want to make you guys pay for all this stuff when most of you aren't really going to use it. But you can put a bunch of stuff in there. In the instructions, it's just gray plates. So this is just something I came up with in about 5 minutes with random parts. But that opens on both sides, and so do the doors. Of course, as expected. And on the back deck of the Clone Wars version, instead of a speeder bike, I built a little ATRT. Now this one can actually fit a guy on it, so you can recreate that Battle of Umbara drop-off scene. Now he is facing the wrong way, but he doesn't really fit the other way with his long gun and stuff. So let's take a look at this real quick. The legs do, of course, fold down, and instructions are also available for this for free on Rebrickable. But I'd say that's pretty close to minifig scale, at least a lot closer than all the Lego set ATRTs we've had. But of course, you can change out these grill pieces to get whatever Legion you want. I just chose a standard green. But the legs easily fold up, and he can fit back on the ramp. Of course, this one also has the same features that the Episodes one has. It's got the tail gun, rocket launcher, handle, same exact cockpit, guns, and you can actually fit the laser turrets on the side of this. So let me show you that real quick. They simply stick into the sides right here on this panel, and boom, you've got the landing at Point Rain look. It's pretty cool. I like it. And there's also a separate free instructions for these set of laser turrets. So you got a ton of options. Now, I don't really know if my studio is big enough for this, but we're gonna try it anyway. Let's see, we can fit this in. Let's see, does that work? Oh man. Kinda. Alright, I'll show you them one at a time. First off, you got the Clone Wars version with the dropship. Of course, the dropship is much bigger but it actually has less pieces because it's so spindly. And if we take that out of the way, you can see the gunship next to the ATTE. I think they scale pretty well. Of course, my ATTE is modified with these slopes right here, but it still works with the dropship just fine. And if you want the Battle of Geonosis, the first one, you can swap this out real quick. And see what the episode's gunship looks like next to the ATTE. And in just a second, I'll put on the dropship. Now you're ready to blast some droids. Remember to check out the instructions for all of these models. And remember to subscribe so you can see the comparison between this gunship, or the Clone Wars gunship, versus the 2023 LEGO Coruscant Guard gunship. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Well, I'm editing this video, and the UCS Venator just leaked, so I can't wait to have my video just absolutely destroyed in the algorithm because everyone's watching videos on that. Anyway, if you made it to this point in the video, just thank you. And I hope you're having a really nice day. Well, see you next time. I will be getting the Venator. I've got some plans for that. Stay tuned.